15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. The next stage is destabilization.
What you're seeing behind me is one of multiple locations that have been burning in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Largely peaceful demonstrations, largely peaceful demonstrations, largely peaceful demonstrations.
Second day of peaceful protest, which is what the Black Lives Matter is really about.
There's very little rioting. There's very little rioting. There's very little rioting.
Peaceful protest.
We got this thing! We got this thing! Get me on!
There's very little violence. There's very little violence.
And tonight, I just got word. The person who died was a Patriot person. He was a fucking Nazi. Our community held its own and took out the trash.
There's very little violence.
Donald Trump is destroying our country.
You are secretly saving the world from this satanic cult of pedophiles and cannibals.
Is that supposed to be a bad thing or a good thing?
Saving the world from pedophiles and cannibals. Does that sound like something you are behind?
Hands. Are we the baddies? Hands. Are we the baddies?
People have their lives in these businesses. Come on up.
I knew it was going to be a disaster, but I didn't know what a disaster looked like till I saw it. This is a business that my parents started 40 years ago, small, out of their garage. You didn't do anything to anybody. You know, why did we deserve it?
We own this building, that building, this building, which are all destroyed.
Largely peaceful.
We're gonna burn their building down!
Hands. Are we the baddies?
Who do we protect?
Black criminals!
Answer the fucking question! Fuck! Put your hands on me again, I'll fuck you up. Put your hands on me again and I'll fuck you up. Hands on me again and I'll fuck you up. Bitch, what? Hands on me again and I'll fuck you up. What? Black people in America! Fuck!
Hands. Are we the baddies?
This isn't your world anymore! Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up! Wake up! Wake up, motherfucker, wake up!
Damn, man! That's crazy! Put your mask on now, huh? Motherfucker! Pasty piece of shit!
Wow! Racism! White supremacy!
Sorry, boy!
Hands. Are we the baddies?
So are we really surprised that looting and arson accelerated to murder? How shocked are we that 17-year-olds with rifles decided they had to maintain order when no one else would?
People will eat the rich, kill all fascists, guillotines now. A cab in their bio when someone gets shot at a violent riot.
Call the police. This is literally terrorism.
Joe Biden should not concede under any circumstances.
He said something truly horrifying. He became the first person running for president, Republican or Democrat, who refused to say that he would respect the results of this election. That is a direct threat to our democracy.
Joe Biden should not concede under any circumstances.
I, for one, am appalled that somebody who is the nominee of one of our two major parties would take that kind of position.
Joe Biden should not concede under any circumstances.
He said something truly horrifying.
Joe Biden should not concede.
That is a direct threat to our democracy.
Joe Biden should not concede.
We've accepted the outcomes when we may not have liked them.
Joe Biden should not concede.
We could just be faster when you can't touch her.
I don't get the reference.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
Suckrid. EDM X streetwear. Unisex. Suckrid. This is awesome. So fuckable, he's got a cigarette? Everybody listens to techno. Oh shit. Los Angeles, trash people.
Sacred is a unisex streetwear company that incorporates andro,
Bye.
punk, goth, renegade style all into one brand. Social dialogues that need to be happening.
Ugh, these are the biggest I've ever seen, all joking aside. Suckrid embraces the gritty, the raw, and the authentic. Couldn't be further from the truth. That was the least authentic thing I've ever seen. If you want authentic, go to a truck stop bathroom. This is the opposite of authenticity. Advocate for gender fluidity and androgyny. I think those two things don't need any more advocates right now. I think the advocates are pretty stacked in favor of gender fluidity and androgyny. Provide a platform for alternative self-expression.
I'm expressing myself.
You can do that anywhere. You don't need this guy's bullshit, badly designed, manufactured, fake culture nonsense to be a platform for your self-expression. Mental instability is the new black. So dumb. Look inside the design process. I know the design process. He goes in Photoshop and he makes it in like 10 minutes. This is so dumb. Oh shit. These people are fucking cool. These people are cooler than I could ever hope to be. Hey, what is that dance he's doing right there? He's going like that. If I was doing that out in LA, do you think they'd respect me?
When people first started talking about diversity, I was a little apprehensive. But when I realized it just meant hiring a bunch of different colors of people who agree with me, I was all in.
Every job should be 50% women.
Well, I don't know if every job.
Do you have a problem with diversity, Osama?
No, I'm just saying that...
Anyone else here have a problem with diversity?
There's no biological difference between men and women.
Big tech needs to censor speech more.
Our main export at Diversity Corp is the right opinions, but said by a black guy. It takes a lot of effort to put together a broad group of people with the exact same stance on every social and political issue.
Beauty is a social construct.
reports suggested the lyrics would be dropped from this year's Last Night because of sensitivity about Britain's imperial past.
It's a slow process which we call active measures. The first stage being demoralization.
I think it's time we stopped our cringing embarrassment about our history, about our traditions.
I'm really saddened by all the criticism the BBC has faced over its decision to modernise and morally cleanse the last night of the proms. Yes, it's important that people be entertained by the proms, but it's more important to use the broadcast as an opportunity to foist a progressive Marxist agenda on people and to promote a very rigid, one-sided, oversimplistic historical perspective on 18th century British colonialism. I don't know the exact lyrics that I'm offended by in these songs. I mean, I'm not an expert on British colonialism, but I read in The Guardian that it was just a really bad thing that happened, and that's good enough for me. Let's face it, the BBC is about the only decent, positive thing left in this hateful, awful country, and I, for one, am very much available for work.
BBC diversity quotas. The BBC shows are going to be a 20% diversity quota for those off screen, and to make sure £100 million is spent on diversity programming.
Hold on.
My church is still closed, and my husband is not allowed to come to any sonograms of our baby, but okay.
The crackdown on COVID rule breakers. High-powered drones will be used to find people not wearing masks and cars too far from home.
It doesn't really bother me. I'm doing the right thing, so I've got nothing to hide.
I reckon they're doing a good job.
He's fucking choking me! He's choking me! What the fuck are you doing to me? It's a man on a girl and you choked her. For what? For a mask? For not having a mask? Look how pathetic you are!
I reckon they're doing a good job.
What do we do if someone refuses to be tested? Well, they can't now. If someone refuses in our facilities to be tested, they have to keep staying. So they won't be able to leave after 14 days. They have to stay on for another 14 days. So it's a pretty good incentive. You either get your tests done and make sure you're cleared, or we will keep you in a facility longer. We will keep you in a facility longer.
I reckon they're doing a good job.
Most of the work we're going to do to be ready for pandemic 2.
Normalization.
This is fine. I'm okay with the events that are unfolding currently. Things are going to be okay.
Understand what's going on around you. You are in a state of war, and you have precious little time to save yourself.